Back with the Suburban. Customer had said that the four-wheel drive light, I guess, comes on or flashes, something like that. And I came in, scanned the module. So we got a class 2 communication problem and an encoder circuit. Should probably go back and see if we have class 2 in any other module. And then let's go back under history. Wish we could do like an alt code scan. Come on. Oh, you know what? I don't even know if this has ABS. Let's see if it has ABS. I don't know if ABS came standard on Suburbans or not. Well, we do have an ABS module, so we can't communicate with it. Let's see. Oh, you know what? Did it just come up? No comm. So can't do that. Let's see. Man, this is getting really annoying with this touchscreen. Oh, class 2 problem with the, oh, what module did we go into? Airbag. Just gotta remember that airbag. So far the airbag and transfer case. You know, I'm gonna print out a network diagram real quick, and then we'll mark down which ones have problems before I forget. So guys, we're back. I was going through some of the codes. We got down to the airbag is where we stopped. So I started marking these out on this diagram here. And here's the electronic brake control module, EBCM, the frame rail. That's the one we have no comm with. Here's the transfer case control module, the one we get the random U1000 with. Shares the same pin. Could be a coincidence. Then we got the U1000 over here, the inflatable restraint sensing diagnostic module, which I'm pretty sure is the airbag module, which happens to go into the splice pack over here. And look at that, it goes to the same pin. So let's go down to the passenger presence system. We'll just do these one by one. Huh. Passenger presence. I wonder if that's part of the inflatable. Let's see. I don't see a passenger presence, so it's probably part of the same thing. So we'll move on. Let's see. No, we didn't have any of those. Let's get back out of here. Okay. Tire pressure monitor. Vehicle is not equipped. Wait, is it not equipped? Let's see. No codes. History. Man, this touchscreen when this acts up drives me insane. Let's see. Theft deterrent. Okay. Let's see if we can display data. No comm with the theft deterrent. That's down here. Yeah, they need to make spots on cars so you can write. I don't know if this has a theft deterrent module. Pretty sure it does because this thing's like fully loaded with leather seats. But that happens to be real close to that place too. Okay, so let's continue down. Body control module. Because I really don't care what modules it has and which one it doesn't. I just want to know which ones I can and can't talk to. Come on, history. There you go. Driver's door module. I don't know why most people ignore U codes and network codes. Should go to them first. I made some other videos. They're probably not uploaded yet, but I did some on network issues. And they can cause all kinds of weird things when modules aren't communicating. Messages could not be sent, like AC could stop working just because your network's down. Let's see. Okay, so see it? Crap. Instrument panel. Instrument panel. Although it's a GM, all instrument panels have a U1000 code. Let's see, instrument panel, that's up here. U1000. Okay, let's continue down. Driver seat control module. Nothing. Well, actually, I guess driver's door, so the passenger's door, nothing, history, see what I mean? It does the same thing whether you use a stylus or not. Wait, was there? I lost track of which ones I did. Yeah, I did the heating. Oh, okay, so I probably went back up. Okay. Let's see, steering and chassis. Oh, this doesn't have rear wheel steering. I need the other one. We want the electronic suspension. No codes. Okay, there we go. So let's look at what we have here. Instrument panel. And then those right there. So since the restraint module is probably always active, that's going to set a code. These other ones, memory seats, they probably won't set a code unless you do something that requires them to use something from the network. They're probably not constantly communicating. Could be wrong. But these are always communicating on the network. So I'm going to go try to find this splice. It says left side of dash. We'll do some tests there. Connected my breakout box end. I connected the pin 2, which goes from here to the splice pack. We have a really good signal. You don't see any noise. It's really good. So there's not like an integrity issue there. And it doesn't look like there's a module that's screwing everything up. Let's zoom out. You can see it looks pretty good. We'll zoom out. So, going to that splice pack. As I was going after this splice pack right here, and I pulled off the panel underneath the dash right here, which was 2 bolts. Didn't see a splice pack, so I pulled out the instrument cluster, which is 4 bolts, and then this whole panel right here unclips. So I figured I'd try to look at the transfer case control module, which says it's behind headlamp switch. But I don't see a module there unless it's part of the switch. I'd have to look that up quick. But it clearly says right here on the diagram, behind headlight switch. And I had printed out a picture of the splice pack. Right here, splice pack 205. Says it's right here. Which I can't really tell if the diagram, really tell if it's above number 2, which says the body control module connector, or if it's below it. So that's why I took all this off, but I don't see it. So then I decided, well, maybe I'll just see if we have signal at the ABS unit, since it's not that hard to get to, but I don't like to get to them because the wires are always so tight. So I came under here to look at it, and then I saw this. Look at that mess. So I wonder if maybe there's a wire shorting out and it's pulling down the class 2 network. So I'm going to go after this first, because I always tell people fix what's broke first and then go from there. So I'm going to unhook this and we'll see what wires are damaged. I got a wiring diagram here. I got the loom cut open. Looks like it's a purple, black and white, and brown wire that's broke. And I guess this vehicle doesn't have VSE, the vehicle speed enhancement, built because of this wiring diagram. So it looks like our brake switch, traction control switch, and our ignition 3 feed are the wires that were broke. So I doubt very much, because none of the other wires look damaged. This is just like some kind of black mark. So I doubt very much that this was causing our network issue. I think we just stumbled upon another problem. I bet once I fix these wires and put them back in, like plug it back in, we'll have communication with the ABS unit. See if we can get you guys some 4K soldering action shots. No idea if any of this will be in the shot. Let's put my soldering gun in. I extended the wires a little bit with some green wire that I keep in my case. Don't worry about matching the colors because it's only a little section. There we go. Let's see, are we still recording? Yep. We'll slide some heat shrink on there. Then we'll slide some heat shrink on the other side. Actually, you know what? Nah, we're not going to be able to heat shrink the whole thing. Just do half and half. Should have stripped this after I put the heat shrink on. Slide that piece on. Slide one on here. Do the last side. And the stuff is marine heat shrink, so it has glue in it. There we go. There you guys go. You can see that. I don't know if you guys can see, but you can see some of the glue coming out. So I'm going to let this cool down. Actually, you know what? We can just continue. Let's see. Let's cut some more. 3 more pieces. Slide this on here. I guess we'll have to slide it on the other side if we can. This wire is a little corroded. Tried to cut it back enough to get some really good wire. see. Let's see if we are still in this shot. There we go. Hopefully you guys can see it. Let's see, this is the brown. So guys, I got it all soldered up. I ran out of space on my phone. 4K video, zine it up. But let's see if there's something wrong. No. Okay, so I got that all soldered up. I'm going to feed this over, plug it back in, see if we can communicate with it. So guys, let's see if this works. Anti-lock brakes. Right, now it says vehicle not equipped with VSES. Display current codes. History. Oh, look at that. Left front wheel speed sensor missing. Let's go to data. There we go. Now we can communicate with it. Well, that fixed that. Now we need to figure out why we get these U codes with the other modules. So I wrapped all the wire and tape. Now I'm going to put the loom back on. Back on. We'll wrap this loom in tape. There we go. We'll feed that back over. And that should be a good fix for that. I got it all clipped back in. Make sure that the lock's in place. Look at that. I did tell him a few times that he needed new lines, brake lines, but should be good to go now. I think he has like a rodent or something that he needs this when he goes to his campsite. Because I had to fix the transfer case wires up there before. But they all look good now. I think it was fixed in here, or maybe it was up, might have been up top, I don't remember, but they were all chewed up before. So this is the class 2 network signal at the DLC, and this green trace is the class 2 at the splice connector. Now I checked them and signal looks good. There doesn't seem to be any issues. And I was also looking at the pins, and there is no depth deterrent module on this vehicle. There's only one purple wire that comes out of pin D. So that seems to be good. And I was going through, like I saved this a couple times, went back through to make sure that there wasn't any modules that were communicating on one channel and not the other. I mean, not one channel, but like one wire, not the other. So now I'm going to go to the transfer case module and we'll see if we can test. Actually, that's not the page. Where I set it, right here. Go to the transfer case module and we'll test the encoder. See if we see any issues with it. Because there is an encoder code. And it says it's on the left side of the instrument panel area behind the knee bolster, well, the parking brake assembly. That was one of the reasons why I wanted to check this splice connector, because we already had to get in here to check the encoder. So I'll get that set up and we'll check that. So I found the transfer case control module. It was right here behind the emergency brake. So I'm connected to, I believe it's the, what is it? It's the brown and white wire. Let's see. It's on this diagram. Turn the flash off. Encoder signal, brown and white. So right now we're in two-wheel drive. And we're at 3.2 volts. So now if I put this to two-wheel high, this went out to 4.49. See, I'll go back to two-wheel drive. There we go, go back to four-wheel high. I'll go to auto four-wheel drive. Drop down a little bit. Now put this in neutral and we'll go to four-wheel low. So that's four-wheel low. Four-wheel high. Two-wheel drive. And auto. I believe the customer keeps it at two-wheel high, so I'll put it at that and we'll take it for a drive and see if this changes. Because I heard that these encoder motors start going bad. The thing can actually shift while you're driving, or you'll come out and the thing will be in it'll be in like four-wheel low when you go to get in. All kinds of goofy stuff can happen. So we'll take this for a drive and see what happens. So guys, I brought up the Class 2 data network to see if there was any issues with that on here. And during my test drive, I saw dropouts on the encoder signal. And if you guys watch, it'll probably happen again. I switched to a piercing probe and pierced the, there you go. I switched to a piercing probe, so I thought maybe my back probe wasn't making good connection. But you'll see, this will just start randomly dropping out. We're driving at 50 miles an hour here. There's not too many bumps on this road for PA. But you'll see as we drive, it starts really dropping out. There you go. This thing will go almost all the way down to 0 volts. So I guess we'll have to check the wires for the encoder. See if there's another bad wire or something. I wish it would drop down like it did for me earlier. It literally went down to like 0 volts. There was a big drop. So I'm going to stop this video. Oh, there you go. to stop this video and I'll drive back to the shop and then we'll continue from there. Now you guys can see how bad the dropouts were. Let's move this over. Oops. Crap. Get this back up. Go over here first. There's dropouts. And we had some really bad ones. Look at that one. It went down to like a half a volt. Here are some more. There, that one went down to almost 0. Network looks good as of right now. I didn't see anything dropping out while I was driving. So I'm going to go down, I'm going to look at the encoder wiring, do a visual inspection on it, see if there's any issues. Got one of my AES Wave test lead kits connected to the brown and white signal wire coming from the transfer case motor. Used the piercing probe to get a good connection. I did notice that connector up there is rubbing against the floor. I tried wiggling it a little bit to see if it would drop out. Didn't make a difference. Same with, see if I can get a good shot at this. That harness right there is a big like crease where it's been rubbing. Tried moving that around a little bit. Didn't seem to make any dropouts. So I'm just gonna take it for another drive with that lead connected down here in the blue trace and compare it to the yellow trace up top and see if we have a dropout on both of them. If we do, then I guess we'll just have to check our powers and grounds, and if that's fine, it's the motor. And if only one drops out, then we know there's a problem with the wire. Well guys, I didn't even get far. I just left the shop and look at that. It's happening on both of them. So I'll check the powers and grounds, go into it, and we'll go from there. I have a feeling it's going to be a bad wire because it seems odd that it would drop out that bad from a motor that isn't moving. So guys, now we're hooked up to, the green's the signal. This one's the 5 volt reference, and the red is the ground wire. Right there. Zoom in on this. There you guys go. Let me pull these up a little bit. Don't want them dragging. Oh, I pulled that one out. There we go, we should be good. And you guys can see here, set this on the truck. This is why I like these test leads, or test drive leads, because they're, I think they're like 10 foot long. Works really nice. Then you can set the scan tool wherever you want. Maybe we can take this for a test drive right here in the parking lot and get it to go. I got something to happen. Let's see. I don't know if we can go fast enough for it to happen, because it seems the Only happen once you get up to a certain speed. Let's lower this down. There we go. It's definitely not bumps because my parking lot is all stone and very, very bumpy. Oh, there we go. We saw something drop out. Oh, was that just the... Yeah, that looks like it's just the signal wire. See if we can get it to happen in reverse. Yeah, so that's happening. Just on the signal wire. If it was the ground, our 5-volt reference would drop down on the scope, since I'm using the ground right at the encoder. And let me save this. Yeah, you can see that. Let's see. I think that was when I first plugged it in. Let's see. See if we can get this to happen in like 4-wheel drive too. And back all the way up in the parking lot. Let's see. Put in 4-wheel high. Oh, you know what? I can't even put it in 4-wheel drive. It says service 4-wheel drive right now. Yeah, let me shut it off and try to restart it. See if it'll let me now. Now it'll let me. Doesn't appear to have an issue. 4-wheel drive. Try that again real quick. No issue in 4-wheel drive. Let's try 2-wheel drive again. We're in 2-wheel drive. There it goes. That was really bad. Oh, and look, it came up service 4-wheel drive. So there we go. We proved it's an encoder failure. So I'll get another encoder and then we'll test that, see the difference. So guys, I got this thing on a 5-second time base. I have peak detect on and it's looking rock solid. Yeah, let me set this down. There you go, we're at 3.2 volts. And it is staying rock solid. When I get back to the shop, I'll show you guys the voltages for each gear. This whole trip, it didn't even budge. Look at that entire trip. I think that's just noise. Yeah, see, just noise. But it worked perfect. So I'll go through the gears. Stop this. Here we go. We're starting a four-wheel drive, four-wheel high, or not four-wheel high. Sorry, auto four-wheel drive. So we're on auto. It's at 3.73. We'll go to two-wheel. Drops down to 3. Go to four-wheel high. That goes at the 4.43. And we'll go to low. Sure went. And low is 0.49. Go back up. 4.43. Two-wheel high. 3. Now I'll go to four-wheel auto. Maybe. There we go. Oh, and just in case any of you guys are wondering, there's actually another one here most people don't know about. You hold two-wheel high and four-wheel low for 10 seconds. Actually, I wonder if we can do this with it running. We may have to shut this off. Oh, there we go. Neutral. And neutral is 1.94. So yeah, that's one most people don't know about. I'll put this back to auto. But there we go, guys. Confirm fix. I had tried them all out before I left. I started the video to make sure it actually went into all the gears. But this motor kind of bangs. But hopefully this helps somebody. See you guys later. So I was doing some thinking about this U1000 code that was in, what was it, the transfer case module. And I think it was the HVAC and the airbag. I think it might have set from the ABS module, because it says on here that if a critical operating parameter is missing its identifier, or the parameter is not sent within 5 seconds, that it'll set the u1000 code. And since the transfer case is automatic, it's probably looking at the ABS module for wheel speed and maybe yaw. I don't know what all sensors this car has or truck has. So that's probably why it's set in the transfer case module. And the airbags are looking at wheel speed and angle, and I guess if you're accelerating or not. So that would set in the airbag module. So that would make sense. Why it didn't set in the trans or engine, I have no idea. But I was just going down through this. It's the only thing that I could think of. Or there could be another problem with the vehicle. I would have thought there would have been a lost communication with ABS and the other modules, and not just the u1000. I thought that was kind of weird that none of them reported the ABS is missing. But I thought maybe you guys might find this a little interesting. I don't know how much of this you guys can read. Hopefully this may help somebody.